Alright, so if you're watching this video, I can only assume, or it's safe to assume, that you are here for one of three reasons. Either one, you are here basically because you are a subscriber to the channel, or you're just a viewer of the channel. So if you are, welcome back. Hoodie fam, you already know how we rock. Number two, you are a struggling Packers fan similar to myself. So yeah, this season has been kind of rough to watch, but I'm here to try to make that just a tiny bit better. Or three, YouTube recommended you to me. So if you are here, hey man, what's up? How's it going? My name's Hoodiegwop. Welcome to the channel. We're trying to hit 6K subs by the end of the year. Make sure you go down below, subscribe to the channel, like the video, but let's get into it. So obviously I am a delusional Packers fan, and I felt the need that I had to redo this rebuild almost, because this is my second take on this. I did this earlier, but I feel like I left so much out of what I did earlier that I kind of wanted to run it back, which is why you guys saw for November 6th that we uploaded that old Fortnite clip. It is what it is. It's a filler video, but it's honestly fine. I low-key fucks with the thumbnail. Low-key fucks with the thumbnail. But as far as this Packers roster is concerned, we're in a really weird spot. Okay, now we're back. But as I was mentioning, the Packers are in a really weird spot. Right now, we are, without a doubt, the youngest team in the NFL. And we have a few bright spots, I would say, while at the same time, on speaking about those same bright spots, we also have a lot of gray area. For example, I would say as of right now, with the season that Jordan Love is currently having, I won't go as far as to saying the Packers should give up on him or anything, but at the very least, there is a plethora, and I mean a plethora, of gray area when it comes to surrounding Jordan Love and his potential future as the Packers quarterback. Obviously, I want to try to use him because in the one I tried earlier, I feel like I gave up on Jordan Love without giving him a fair enough shot. So I honestly think I'm gonna keep my boy J-Lo, try to see best I can do with him. My goal is to go 5 seasons, whether we win a Super Bowl or not. This is the second run, so whether we win a Super Bowl or not, I'm going 5 years. It is what it is afterwards. And I think first year I'm gonna just stick with like straight up Packers playbooks, because this first season is a lot of a throwaway year. Not too much is really expected as far as the team is concerned. I think one thing, or a few things, that I do want to change up is, as far as the scheme, I'm going to change us to a base 4-3, because I feel like a base 4-3 fits a lot better with, I guess you could say, simulation, or what simulation is concerned. And Lucas Van Ness, he didn't really pan out for us, but let's continue with the offense first. With the offense, Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, great guys, but I think what I want to do off rips, I'm probably going to move Aaron Jones, because I don't think he per se fits the timeline of the team currently. Not sure what I move him for yet, but I'm going to do it after we're done analyzing this team. Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, and Jayden Reed is currently our receiving room. Our receiving room is pretty interesting, I would say, because while they're a bunch of young guys, I feel like they all show flashes. The Dobbs x Love connection has been probably the most consistent / interesting portion of this Packers offense this season, outside of a healthy Aaron Jones. But they've looked really good. Christian Watson has had like flashes, but compared to what we saw of him last year when Aaron Rodgers was throwing him the ball, it looks nothing similar. And he also is really struggling to stay healthy. And as far as Jayden Reed, he's been really good. Really good. Pleasant surprise in my opinion. I honestly thought we would take other people ahead of him, but he's been pretty solid. As of right now, I believe we're missing Eric Stokes, Darnell Savage, and Bakhtiari, all due to injury. Same thing happened in the last rebuild, but it is what it is. As far as the defense, Jair Alexander, nice. Eric Stokes is a cool cornerback, but I think that is also an area that we need to kind of address when it comes to this team, but we're not going to do it right now. Safety, it's kind of meh, I'm not going to lie to you, but our linebacker room, in my opinion, is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. I think actually, now that I mention it, just for this season up until we get other people, I'm going to keep it in the base 3-4. And I lied about keeping the playbook. I'm going to go Buffalo playbook, because I've noticed, or at least from the last simulation I did, Buffalo playbook seems to get the quarterback to throw the ball a bit more. And I could only assume that is in credit to the fact that Josh Allen is a absolute gunslinger. And I mean absolute gunslinger, which is perfectly fine by me. Honestly, perfectly fine by me. And as far as approaching the Aaron Jones trade, I think the way I want to do it, because I believe I did it the same way in the other video, rather than just outright trading him away, I'm going to put him on the trade block. Because why not use the trade block and explore what the trade block has to offer? Same applies to Preston Smith. This is one thing that I did in the last video that I'm going to keep consistent with this video, is I'm going to basically trade both of those guys away. As far as checking anything else out, I believe as of right now, I'm going to go to the mid-season mark, because the mid-season mark is where we are in the actual NFL currently. So at the mid-season mark, we could have a bit more of a discussion about where I intend on having this team go, because there is no start today from what I've seen in Madden. So we're just going to go to mid-season mark. I'm going to catch y'all at this Rams game. So we're at the mid-season mark, or close to the trade deadline, and we're better than I thought we were going to be. We're currently 3-3. I believe a lot of that, or a solid amount of that, is outright testament to the playbook change as far as offense is concerned, which I actually don't have an issue with. I feel like with the way that the Packers team is kind of built right now, we don't really have a reason to not just be out there and just letting those young guns have fun. Jordan Love right now is at 1,323 yards with 8 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Not great. Low-key kind of similar to where he's at in real life, so it's not something I'm necessarily proud of. Aaron Jones is playing really well, but we saw those trade offers for him. Odds are Aaron Jones and Preston Smith are both off the team after this week. As far as receiving, Romeo Doubs is playing really well. Christian Watson is playing well. Other than that, though, nobody else is excelling, which isn't a positive thing, but if those two guys who are basically the Packers' 1 and 2 receiver, honestly, it's interchangeable, week in, week out, are doing well, then I think we're in a good spot. Not to mention that if y'all didn't just see that, we are literally the ones, we're not the 1 seed, but we are number 1 in our division. Somehow everybody has 3 wins. Not too sure how we're even hanging with everybody right now, but somehow we are in the conversation for actually being decent as far as this division is concerned. Honestly, with this Preston Smith trade here, realistically, I don't think like any of these are too intriguing. Like this Zach Moss one actually is. I take that back. Preston Smith for Zach Moss. I think I'm actually gonna do this. And just off the fact that they're interested, I'm gonna take the trade offer that you sent me, and let's try to do this like it's a little 2K rebuild, because I have to learn when it comes to this game how exactly, you know, trade flipping is when it comes to this game. Because in 2K, you could, you know, get assets and flip them like it's nothing. In this game, how exactly does that, you know, play per se? So let's go and talk to the Colts real quick. Colts, how you doing? Awesome, awesome, me too. Y'all have a guy by the name of Zach Moss that, albeit, I don't expect him to be my guy or anything like that, got a little tiny bit of interest in him. So if I were to ask for Zach Moss and let's say a 3rd round pick, what would you say to that? Zach Moss and a 3rd for Preston Smith. Okay, that is fairly close. Take that 4th round pick. Y'all can have a 7th, I guess, since y'all want to be all special and fancy and shit. Boom, there we go. Preston Smith out the door. As far as Aaron Jones, since Aaron Jones obviously has to be traded because now I'm going to be playing Zach Moss, because why not? A Jalen Johnson trade, a Gabe Davis trade. That is interesting. Gabe Davis, a 2nd and a 7th. Okay, let's look at the rest. Dalton Schultz, I'm not interested in that. Louis Cine. Bro, ain't no way. We have a George Pickens offer. See, I would do this, but realistically, I don't think the Steelers would even consider that type of trade, considering they have plenty of running backs. They have Jaylen Warren, who has been really good, and Najee has his moments, so I'm not even going to do that trade, even though it probably would be very beneficial for me. The Saints, not interested. I would literally be trading for basically the same guy. A lot of these are not looking too intriguing. The Lions would give me a 1st this year. A bad left in. Nope. Oh man, we ended up with Tyler Algier in our other one. that trade actually is interesting, but nah. As far as what I'm seeing, it's not looking like a lot of interesting trades as far as I'm concerned. Not a lot of interesting trades. So I'm thinking the one that catches my eye the most is this Gabe Davis one. I'm thinking this Gabe Davis one catches my eye the most, but actually, both of the receiver trades catch my eye a lot. Both of the receiver trades do catch my eye a lot, but in the long run, I think I'll live with Aaron Jones staying in division if we get this much draft capital. Probably a bad move to move Aaron Jones literally in division, but I think I'll live getting that much draft capital in return for him. So as far as the running back position for the remainder of the season, I think I want it to be Zach Moss. Honestly, no. I'll let AJ Dillon run it and then let him be the second guy. As far as our safety position, because I believe whichever spot 𝙈𝙤𝙧𝙚 is supposed to be at, free safety. Yeah, 𝙈𝙤𝙧𝙚, you can come in and be my safety immediately. And you can honestly grow with the team, which is a very good spot. And then come time Darnell is back, I can move Darnell to the other side. Actually, Darnell might be back already. Let's see. Okay, yeah, nah, he's not back yet. So it is what it is. Honestly, as far as the running backs, Zach Moss is running, AJ Dillon is running, slot receiver Jayden Reed. I don't think there's really anything else or too much else I feel like I need to do as far as this year is concerned. Maybe you know what, I have one more thing I'm interested in doing. Actually, no, I like Devondre Campbell too much to trade him. Devondre Campbell played great for me in the first rebuild, and I like him way too much to trade him. Way too much to trade him. So we're just gonna go straight to the playoffs in year one since we're already this far in. I'm not sure if it is Bill's playbook or if it is just a different trajectory for the team because of, I guess you could say, better sim luck. But we're in the playoffs year one. We somehow won the division at 8-9. The NFC North was absolutely horrible. Like, the NFC North was literally terrible. It is what it is, I guess. 𝙈𝙤𝙧𝙚 gets an upgrade. I'm gonna do hybrid on him because why not, I guess. His face scan is in the game. I actually didn't know that. But I mean, we're in the playoffs. We're here. Like, it's nothing to be mad about. I'm actually happy. I didn't think that we'd be in a spot like this year one. Jordan Love had a actual really good season. I think Bill's playbook is all the difference for Jordan Love having a good year. 3,900 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Rushing wise, AJ Dillon had a solid year. Jordan Love also had a pretty good pretty good year on the ground. As far as receiving, Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson are both 1,000-yard receivers. Both of them. 10 touchdowns for Romeo Doubs, 5 for Christian Watson, 7 for Jayden Reed with 781 yards to boot, and Luke Musgrave also had a pretty okay year. As far as the rest of the team, TFL's Kenny Clark played well. What is the sim luck for this year is much better than my sim luck was for the last time I did one of these. Or not the last time I did one, but my last going of this Packers rebuild. The team is actually playing some damn football this year. Like, we're actually playing some damn football. And right now, it looks like dudes are kind of developing a bit. Obviously, our offense, nasty looking. Absolutely no abilities. No potential even in sight right now. In the spot that I am in, though, I think 𝙈𝙤𝙧𝙚 hurt. Oh, 𝙈𝙤𝙧𝙚 is hurt. In the spot I'm in right now, though, I do believe that I'm going to check it in the depth chart. I should be able to bring Bakhtiari and my boy back, but last time it wasn't letting me do it. Yeah, it's genuinely not letting me bring him back in. So Bakhtiari and Darnell Savage will be back next year or next season. I don't understand why it does this with them already being injured. Like, it's cool, I guess, but It kind of sucks with me doing a rebuild off the chance that Bach could possibly lose his stuff, but we're gonna sim the week. We got a matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles, so I would assume this is 4 seed, 7 seed matchup, right? I mean, no. It's 4-5. I'm tripping. It's 4-5. The fact that we made the playoffs and the Vikings made the playoffs at 8-9 is actually disgusting. But hey, let's go through wild card week. Do we somehow crack a divisional spot? No, we get absolutely flooded. Absolutely flooded. Like, I appreciate y'all for giving out some effort and making the playoffs, but in the playoff, Jordan Love went 2 for 2 from touchdowns to interceptions. AJ Dillon did not run well. Jordan Love had a few rushes. We got killed by them. Absolutely massacred by the Eagles in the playoffs. But it's kind of expected. I didn't even expect us to be there. This is already a much better start than last season, and I feel like this could be a realistic trajectory for the actual Packers in real life. Because at the moment of recording this, we are currently 3-5, which means that there's a chance. Like a small chance. I don't think we win the division because the Lions are really good, and the Vikings are now finding ways to win games. But at the very least, I think the Packers can maybe squeeze out a wild card spot. The Eagles get absolutely smacked on by the by the Ravens. Dak is your MVP. Mike McCarthy is your coach of the year. Chris Olave is your offensive player of the year. Max Crosby, defensive player of the year. Rashee Rice is rookie of the year. And Byron Young is defensive rookie of the year. The Byron Young one, and the Byron Young and I think Mike McCarthy happened in the other build. So, I mean, that's cool. That's cool. Not a lot of change, not a lot of different stuff in there, but that's cool. Ain't nothing to be mad about. As far as the re-sign period, when it comes to bringing people back, we have a small amount of money, and I'm pretty sure we have more money than I did in my other rebuild right now, just off the power that we did move Aaron Jones and Preston Smith, which saves us a bit of money. If we look at a just lineup, I can only assume some people got development traits, or at least developed. Okay, Jordan Love going up to star dev is amazing. Jordan Love is up to a star dev quarterback now. He's going to be 26, which means there is no guarantee that obviously he gets much better, but Jordan Love getting star dev for me is actually amazing. Romeo Doubs as well getting star dev, huge for these two guys' development. As far as running back, I don't really know if this is the room that we continue with, but as of right now, that's what we're keeping. Defensively, happened again. Devondre Campbell went up to superstar. Rashawn Gary went to X Factor. Our defense outside of the defensive tackle and our right end looks pretty nice. We should, emphasis on should, yep, he's back. Eric Stokes back in the lineup. Darnell Savage back in the lineup, which means I am going to be moving 𝙈𝙖𝙠𝙚 over to strong safety. Because honestly, I don't want to play Rudy Ford there. And with 𝙈𝙖𝙠𝙚 already being superstar, I more prioritize his potential than I do these other guys that would be played at that position. As far as the offense is concerned, yeah, y'all already saw these guys. Nothing special over here. Besides Bach. We love Bach. Player negotiations, however, though. We only have $54 million to play around with, and we have a lot of guys that need to come back. So we're going to start it by accepting Eric Stokes' option. Oh, Rashawn Gary is a big pay. Big pay, but I feel like he's worth every penny. So we're going to go with the player-friendly deal, or very player-friendly deal. Get him back in the store, back in business, like immediately. As far as AJ Dillon, I honestly don't think we bring back our running back room. So AJ Dillon is free to walk by me. Darnell Savage, just off of sheer Packers/UMD love, I'm going to bring him back with the hopes/expectations that he can be pretty good for us. Zach Moss, same with you. We won't be bringing you back. John Runyon, I would bring you back, but it's also a big question mark. Like, is there a point in me spending money on this guy that is a 27-year-old right guard? No, I'm not going to. So John Runyon, you can go as well. Keyshawn Nixon, I'm going to bring you back off the fact that you are irreplaceable return man, in my opinion. Absolutely great as far as return men are concerned. As As far as everybody else though, I could assume that almost, if not literally everybody beyond them, none of these guys have a future in Green Bay for us, unfortunately. If you love them, I'm sorry, but none of those guys we just went past have a future in Green Bay, in my eyes at least. As far as free agency is concerned, I'm honestly intrigued with these running backs. And Tony Pollard wants to be here. What are the odds I could send Tony Pollard a contract and Tony Pollard comes and plays in Green Bay? Grant Delpit's there as well, but Grant Delpit's driving a pretty steep bargain. What are the odds I could send Tony Pollard a contract and he comes and plays in Green Bay? I'm going to go very player friendly to Tony Pollard. I'm going to shoot Tony Pollard a contract. Tony Pollard, we would love to have you as a Packer. We would absolutely adore having you as a Packer, my guy. I mean, we'll sign Christian. I'll send Christian Fulton a contract with development in mind. Okay, with the little bit of money I have, I'm gonna just eval and see if we get the guys we wanted. Christian Fulton is a Packer. Tony Pollard is a Packer. We just answered two big question marks on this team. We got us a third cornerback, and we got us a running back. Okay, so as far as the draft is concerned, I honestly have no idea what is in this class. I probably should have did a little bit of scouting around to see what the class is. What we pick at pick 20. Zach Boone is the pick that went right in front of us. The Vikings ended up taking a quarterback. Oh, you don't like to see that. So as far as what is here, there's a quarterback by the name of Marcel Graves out of Maryland sitting right in front of me. That looks amazing. Oh, don't you, EA, don't you do this to me, bro. Well, we're going to check Marcel Graves after this. If Marcel Graves ends up panning out to be a really good player and we just missed on this opportunity, I want y'all to, oh, Quentin Woods, you end up being normal. Oh, if Marcel Graves ends up being good, I am going to be disgusted. Marcel Christie? Hey, Marcel Christie. Okay, we're addressing a little something. I'm gonna draft for fit in this instance. So I'm gonna take this lineman, Derek Atkins, same face scan as our D tackle, but he's hidden, which is nice. Derek Atkins, welcome to the team. And I think the last thing that I will be drafting is I guess I'll take the center with our last pick of the draft because I'm only doing 3 rounds. I'm not gonna sit and do the entirety of the draft. Last thing I'll take is I'll just take the best center off the board. That would be, let's look, Charles Crockett. Not very good. Not very good at all. But I'm going to take him. Charles Crockett, he's hidden. Okay, that would give us literally a all-star plus offensive line outside of our boy Zach Tom. And Zach Tom is actually serviceable. So honestly, outside of that first draft pick, I think I take this as a very successful draft. Oh, first draft in the books, and Quentin Woods is not good. Quentin Woods is not good. Okay, year 2 with our Packers team that somehow is 1-for-1 as far as making it to the playoffs, even though we had a losing record last season. Making it to the playoffs is better than nothing. I'm going to be starting Crockett as our center, Atkins playing there. See, they already understand. Tight end really needs to be adjusted or addressed at some point. I'm really not too sure how I want to approach that. Honestly, I'm going to let Musgrave and Tucker Kraft handle it for right now, but at some point, I do believe that we probably will need a better tight end. Our boy Christie starting D tackle right now, and they don't even want to start Quentin Woods over there, so I guess Quentin Woods is kind of just here right now. Like, I'll move him up a bit to be second D tackle, but I don't want to force Quentin Woods to play if it's really not going to benefit us. I'm liking our rotation. I'm liking our lineup. Honestly, I just want to address tight end, and then other than that, I feel like the rest of the team's pretty good. Tight end and right end. And then we should probably be on the up and up to the point where I can genuinely start to consider that, oh yeah, maybe we might start to really run away with this division. Albeit there's no guarantee it happens, but maybe there's a chance that we really start to run away with this division. This is entirely entirely probably the worst drill that I am capable of doing because I am so bad at this. But I mean, I can try to do decent on it. I really do not understand how people get really good scores on this because I just can't comprehend it. Like, how do you get some of these high point totals that some of these people get on these? The ball just hit Christian Watson in the head. I mean, at mid-season, it's technically better than last year. Right now, we're 4-3. 4-3 at the top of the division, so that is consistent from where we were last year. 4-3 is not necessarily where I want to be, but all in all, it's not horrible. It could be worse. It really could be much, much worse. Jordan Love, kind of literally exactly where he was last year, too. 12 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Rushing wise, Tony Pollard is a 457-yard running back right now with 2 touchdowns. Wright also has 3 touchdowns. It's a rookie. That's really good. Receiving wise, Romeo Doubs is halfway to 1,000. Christian Watson playing very, very well in the slot. And Jaden Reed is also playing pretty solid. All of our receiving guys are playing pretty good. Is our defense doing much of anything? TFL wise, we're cool. But pressure wise, we are horrible. Pressure wise, we are horrible. But TFL wise, we are really good right now. So I don't think there's much that really needs to be done with this team as far as year 2 is concerned. I'm gonna just let my scouts do their thing. Money wise, is there anyone that I don't want to pay that's coming off the books? Because I will move them. Part of me wants to move David Bakhtiari just off the fact that he's been so injury prone in real life that I wouldn't be surprised if the Packers didn't have an attachment to him anymore, just off the fact that Aaron Rodgers is gone as well. And then there's the Kenny Clark question too. They're both really good, and I feel like honestly I kind of might have to move one of them if I want to not absolutely kill myself when it comes to cap, not to mention I have to pay Jordan Love next year too. So I think the tough decision is which one of those two do I re-sign next season? Honestly, I think the answer is Kenny Clark, but I think that answer itself is going to be dictated by how good Jordan Love can be. Because if Jordan Love really values David Bakhtiari and Bakhtiari helps in making Jordan Love better, makes no sense to keep Kenny Clark. But if Bach isn't really helping us too much, then we just move on from Kenny. We just move on from Bach. At the end of season 2, we are a game worse than we were last season. We end the season 7-10, and the Vikings are your division champions. Chiefs and the Vikings are in your Super Bowl, and the winner of Super Bowl 59 is, drumroll please, because these Sims take forever, it is the Chiefs. Boy, I would have cried if the Vikings won that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Hey bro, I'm gonna give Jordan Love a fat bag. You can take a fat bag of money because you are my quarterback for the foreseeable future when it comes to this rebuild. I'm going to re-sign Bach because obviously if you have a great quarterback, you got to give your great quarterback a solid line. Bakhtiari, I'm sure is going to want to come back. So welcome back to the team, Bakhtiari. I'm going to accept Devontae Wyatt right now. I won't accept Devontae Wyatt. Everybody else can go. It kind of hurts though to lose both Kenny Clark and Devontae Wyatt. Would K be willing to come in on like a 1-year type of rental type deal? Honestly, I would even give him 2. Would you take this player friendly deal, Kevin Byard? Just give me a young guy who looks like he could be promising. Joseph Osai or Osai. We'll bring you in too. I don't think I can say no to that. A first this, a first next, a third in 2 years. I don't think I can say no to that. Like, let's look at Tony Kidd. He has a cool name, but he probably is not that great. Speed-wise and strength-wise, he is very good. Hey, fuck you. Speed-wise and strength-wise, he is good. He's not very good at the things that you would need, like, for a corner, but for a D-tackle, okay, Tony Kidd. Now, if only somebody on my team would get some freaking pressure. You know what? I'll take the risk. I will take the risk on Bernie Eaton. And Bernie Eaton is garbage. I mean, Tony Kidd's a 75 D tackle at the end of the draft. Everybody else was bad though. Oh, we have a glaring hole, or a few glaring holes, I would say. Our receiving room is young and promising and getting better, but I think it's slowly but surely boiling to that point where we kind of need to go out there and get a guy, because we just have a bunch of okay dudes. We need to go get a guy. Tony Pollard's still really good for me. A tight end would be phenomenal. One of my rookie linemen from last season is hurt, so we have a hole as our right guard right now. On the defensive end, something, and I mean just anything to rush. Any form of positive pass rush right now would be absolutely, and I mean absolutely exquisite for us. So I think I'm gonna sim to the beginning of the season, and off rips the first thing we're gonna let fly is I'm gonna trade De'Vondre Campbell. Albeit I don't know what we can get out of him or what we would get for him, but I'm just gonna look for a team that is in need of a middle linebacker. And that's the way we're going to make some type of move. We're going to move De'Vondre Campbell, and we're going to get somebody good back in return, since we have plenty of draft capital to move. I decided it was best to try to come to a team that makes dumb trades already, so we're going to try to talk to the Commanders about getting Daron Payne. Albeit he is nothing like special to add to the team. If I can get Daron Payne on the team for just De'Vondre Campbell and a fourth, I'll take that. Alright, what about De'Vondre Campbell and 2 fourths? Don't be too picky now. Oh my god, y'all want 2 fourths and a fifth? Come on, bro. Just give me Daron Payne. Alright, we acquired Daron Payne for De'Vondre Campbell, 2 fourths, and a 5th round pick. First game, I'm going to just go straight through it. Hopefully we do beat this in-division matchup. A win against the Lions early would be very nice for the team. And we managed to pull it out. Offensively, we had 317 total. Jordan Love had a touchdown pass. I believe Hendon Hooker might have got hurt. Not too sure. He came in for like a fancy type play. Tony Pollard had a very good outing. Ralph Wright played pretty well. As far as receiving, Romeo Doubs still playing really, really good. Luke Musgrave going up a little bit. Christian Watson, really quiet game. Same from Jayden Reed. And defensively, are we getting any pressure, boys? 2 TFLs, 3. I mean, TFL wise, it seems like we're there. Sack wise, we had 3 total. 3 totals, not that bad. Daron Payne had 2 sacks, which is really good. Maybe Daron Payne was a correct move. Well, we're 4-3 again at the midseason mark, which is kind of bad. I think I might change our defensive playbook, because defensively we're looking really horrible. As far as the offensive end though, we're looking pretty good. 4-3 right now. Once again, stat wise, it'll probably be really similar to last season. Like, yeah, Jordan Love is playing out of his mind right now. Rushing wise, Tony Pollard a little worse than he was last season, but we're living with that. Romeo Doubs is also playing out of his mind. Jayden Reed's cool. Christian Watson has taken a step back. And defensively, please tell me y'all are doing something. Defensively, Lucas Van Ness is our TFL leader, only at 7, and our sack leader is currently Rashawn Gary at 7 as well. Like, we're not getting... What the hell? Okay. It seems like we're really not getting too much pressure. And the lack of pressure, I feel like, is going to utterly kill us. And with the unfortunate, it seems, regression of Christian Watson, or not even regression, just lack thereof progression out of Christian Watson. Oh no, he's hurt right now. I can't even look to trade him right now because he's hurt. Alright, I guess we gotta just let it ride, because I was gonna entertain the idea of trading him, but we kind of might just have to let it ride. Romeo Doubs, I'm definitely gonna bring you back, but outside of Romeo Doubs, we don't have much money, and we have to bring back at least 3 guys. We don't have much money, and we have to bring back at least 3 guys. Oh man, tough break for this end of the season, but we're just gonna go straight to the playoffs. Hopefully this year we actually manage to make it and not crumble. I'm gonna go 1 game against the Bears. Y'all better win. Show me 5-3. Show me 5-3. W's. W's at 5-3. Okay. Another divisional matchup. Show me 6-3. I wanted to go straight to the playoffs, but y'all gave me 2 back-to-back divisional games. 6-3, baby. Okay. Yeah. Now we go straight to the playoffs. And we are back at the top of the division, boys. 11-6 with a really rough matchup. Tony Pollard rematch game, or revenge game, but we have a really tough matchup against a really good Cowboys team. We won the division again, though, which is definitely a positive in my books. Definitely a positive in my book, but the one thing I'm most scared of is that we have a very severe lack of defense. So I know I'm gonna send this game and I'm gonna lose it. I'm not even trying to do reverse psychology, bro. Not even trying to do reverse psychology. I know we're gonna sim this game and lose. Because if we don't get pressure, how the hell did we just beat that team? Jordan Love had a pretty okay game. Dak Prescott played like Dak Prescott does. Sorry, Cowboy fans. Tony Pollard, 72 yards. They have Brian Robinson. That is interesting. Ralph Wright has been really good for us as a random, and I mean actually random backup running back. He's been really good. Romeo Doubs played well. Luke Musgrave had 2 touchdowns. W's. Christian Watson didn't play too well, and Jaden Reed is literally nowhere to be found. Jaden Reed's nowhere to be found. I didn't check the pressure. Hold on. Did we have any? Like any? Because I feel like that's the one thing holding us back right now is our lack thereof pressure. We had a total of 3, 4, 5 TFLs, and there was 1 sack by Tony Kidd. 5 TFLs, and Tony Kidd had the only sack that took place. Play a 9-8 Eagles team that I'd probably say is better than that Cowboys team. Don't know if there's a way we beat them either, but if we can beat the Cowboys, maybe there's a chance. I have no expectations here. No, yep, and we get blown out the water. What even happened? We had 3 Jordan Love threw 3 interceptions. They ran the ball 35 times. Season recap, Eagles beat the Jaguars by 1 point. Nothing on that right side of the screen is going to relate to us because, boy, we are struggling. To say it in the nicest way that we possibly can, we are struggling. A team that is capable of winning the division, but once it gets to the playoffs, they kind of vanish. And I'm not liking it. I'm going to accept Lucas Van Ness's 5th-year option. Pretty obvious due. Oh, as far as everybody else, though, I kind of think that we have to let a lot, if not all of these. I have to pick one, and it looks like Eric Stokes is the guy that wants to come back. Christian Watson, I love you, man. I really do. I really do, Christian Watson. But if you are a guy that wants to walk, like, do I? You know what, Christian Watson, I'll let you walk. Romeo Doubs, the love, man, I love me some Doubs, bro. Love Doubs connection is really, really good. Oh my God, David Bakhtiari retired. A left or right end would be really good too, but I wouldn't be surprised if there is none in here because that is a very valuable position to keep around. But at the same time, there's a chance. Very decent. There's a Travis Kelce in free agency. What are the odds Travis Kelce decides he wants to come play in Green Bay? What are the odds that Travis Kelce, vibing in free agency, decides he wants to come to play in Green Bay? Nah, I can't do it. So I'm gonna bring in Sky Moore. Why not? Let's bring in Sky Moore on a 3-year player-friendly deal. We're so close. So what I need to establish in this draft class is we need receiver, we need left and right end, and a 3rd corner would potentially be nice, or even a strong safety. Oh, with this pick, it's kind of a rough spot though, because the only receiver that's here is 𝙨𝙬𝙢𝙢. And then there's a tight end by the name of 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢. And I kind of... Ooh, Curtis looks nice. Alright, 𝙨𝙬𝙢𝙢, what do you look like? 𝙨𝙬𝙢𝙢 is fast, but as far as everything else, he's not the best. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll the dice. I'm gonna roll the dice here. I want the tight end more than I want the running back. I mean, not running back. I want the tight end more than I want the receiver. So we're gonna take 𝙨𝙬𝙢𝙢. 𝙨𝙬𝙢𝙢 is really good. 89 speed, 89 speed, 87 acceleration, only 6'3", but it's okay. Okay, 𝙨𝙢𝙢𝙢 is really good. And we're gonna go pick by pick. Roll the dice. Roll the dice. Come on, 𝙨𝙀. Come on, 𝙨𝙀. Come on, 𝙨𝙀. Fall to us. Oh, Jets, don't do this. Jets, don't you do it. 𝙨𝙀 fell to us. 𝙨𝙀 fell to us. So we also get 𝙨𝙀, which means the two biggest offensive things I wanted to fit. Boy, 𝙨𝙀 is a 99 speed, 94 acceleration rookie. I guess we'll just draft the lineman. Jeffrey Ward also hidden. Adds another star dev to that line. Oh, my dumb self forgot to look at draft recap, so I don't even know what our guys look like. Oh boy. That one sucks. But F it, I guess we're here. We're here already, so it is what it is. And I kind of feel like we are slowly but surely running out of time as far as the Jordan Love experience is concerned. We have a glaring hole at the right tackle position with the loss of Zach Tom. Of course, Tony Pollard's hurt. Tony Pollard is hurt for the season, bro. I don't think we could have had a worse injury right here. Tony Pollard is hurt for the season. I'm moving 𝙨𝙀𝙢𝙢 up just off the power I want him to play. Romeo Doubs, very good for us. My left and right end, not the best. I really think this season is we have a very big emphasis on the fact that I need my defense to step up, and I need my defense to really make some plays for us, because this season, if we can't actually do something, we're gonna really be in a rough spot, like a really rough spot. Part of me wants to trade my first this season in attempts to try to get something that could help me on the defensive end. Like a left or right end, in my opinion right now, would be invaluable to what my defensive line could potentially be, because all of those guys got better. So I'm gonna honestly see if there's anyone that is willing to take a first round pick just for some type of left end. Like, I would almost even do what we're making a really dumb trade right here, because people aren't necessarily progressing as fast as I'd probably want them to. We're moving our first and our fourth this year for Montez Sweat. For the first time in the entirety of this rebuild, we are in a spot where we are negative, and we are the worst team in our division right now at 2-4. I'm thinking that already somehow we're seeing some Jordan Love regression, where he's just not really progressing for me right now. 82 overall. He does have his superstar ability. He's 10-7 as of right now in the season. There's a part of me that wants to debate the trade Jordan Love conversation. I also know a part of our lack of success this season is the lack of a Tony Pollard being on the field. Oh man, offensively, I really don't even know what we could change up to. That's my biggest concern, is offensively, I don't really even know what we could change up. Pass rush wise, we're not looking horrible this season. It could be much, much worse, but then at the same time, it's like we're also not looking good. At 2-4, it raises a bunch of eyebrows and a bunch of questions as far as what do you really want to do, and where exactly do you see this team going. J.R. Alexander, I'm going to re-sign him, franchise tag at the very least. Quay Walker, he will be back. Jayden Reed, another question mark. Daron Payne probably comes back. Ellington Jenkins most likely comes back. Christian Watson, I don't even know who this guy is. Don't even know who he is. Musgrave, question mark. 𝙨𝙪𝙧𝙚, question mark. A lot of these back end dudes are really big question marks. A lot of them really, really big question marks. So I think, like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Jordan Love is a question mark. So give me a second so I go look at some stuff, because even Jordan Love right now is a question mark. Boys, I'm taking a risk. Taking a very big risk. Jordan Love seems to be showing mild signs of regression, so we're sending Jordan Love to a team to beat us in the New England Patriots for a cornerback in Christian Gonzalez that is on a really good contract and a second-round pick. Oh man, boys, this season right now is just stupid trade season. I just ended up basically having to trade the entirety of our draft capital for essentially some guys that I'm bringing in simply to fill in the cracks in the road for the remainder of this season. So as far as the actual lineup is concerned, right? God, if I can get to a just lineup. I'm gonna go to just lineup, and as far as the lineup is concerned, our offense, noticeably weaker. However, our defense, in my opinion, is noticeably stronger. On the offensive end, we now have our guy, 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢𝙚, obviously, but we now have Trey Lance, who is now going to be our quarterback, at least for the time being, just until probably we end up having to draft one, or honestly, Trey Lance just messes around and pans out on the team. Gosh, bro, we are flip-flopping severely as far as these seasons have gone. Season one, we win the division, go to the playoffs, lose. Season 2, we lose Season 2, we are last place in our division. Season 3, we once again win the division just to go to the divisional this time and lose. And then Season 4, we are the absolute worst team in our division. And guess what we did? We traded away our first pick. We traded away our first round pick in a gamble trade. And ultimately that gamble did not pay off. So this fourth year and the moves we made will go down as prolifically a fumble. Trey Lance had a good season though. He literally looked almost identical to Jordan Love. Oh boy, year 4, I think it's just one we just want to put behind us. Actual depression. It is what it is though. We are struggling mightily with being consistent. We've now won the division twice and gone to the playoffs twice with a 1-2 playoff record, while literally at the same time being so bad to the point that we've also gotten 4th place in our division twice. Ooh, Tony Pollard went down as well. Curtis Alexander being good is a blessing. Literally a blessing. Bro is up to an 80 overall already. Romeo Doubs lost superstar while Jayden Reed gained superstar. And defensively, Daron Payne went up to superstar. That is a W. Daron Payne went up to superstar. That is actually a W for 2 seasons. What do you say, sir? Welcome back to the team, Jair. W mans. Quay Walker, same applies to you. It's just you want to be here, so I'm gonna give you a neutral offer. Quay, I don't know where you thought you were going, Quay Walker. Quay, I really don't know where you thought you were going, sir. You're getting franchise tagged. Jayden Reed, you on the other hand, I have to give you a player-friendly deal considering you are a superstar guy and I cannot let you go off in a free agency. Carbonnet, it was cool. That's all I can really say about you, Carbonnet. You were literally just a for the time type trade. Daron Payne, I kind of have to keep you because yeah, you've been really good. You literally managed to get up to superstar with me or for us, so not keeping you I feel like is more stupid than W's. If he didn't accept that, we were hurting. Ellington Jenkins, part of me does want to let Ellington Jenkins go. Luke Musgrave can go. 𝙈𝙧𝙚𝙢𝙢𝙢𝙚 can go. Christian Fulton. Christian Fulton I'll keep just for depth purposes. Christian Fulton, if you want to stay, you could stay. Oh no, Christian Fulton wants to go. That's fine by me. That's fine by me. KB is only an 84 now. I mean, I'll give you this option too. All right, they both don't want to stay. I think as far as everybody else, I kind of might just have to let a lot of these guys walk. Might just have to let a lot of you walk. Like, that even includes Ellington Jenkins. Let him walk and see what can be signed in free agency. I love y'all, but oh man, the money problems hit, man. The money problems hit. Because we don't really have much that we can draft. Sending a contract to KB. Try to bring him back to the squad. We get KB. Jordan Whitehead is still waiting. So now Jordan Whitehead. Now I gotta give you an actual contract. Now I gotta give you an actual contract. Let's go neutral for 3 seasons once again. And just up his money. Just up the money. Jordan Whitehead, you better come to Green Bay. My boy. Jordan Whitehead's in Green Bay. We have a little small free agency class. Nothing too phenomenal or anything that really jumps off the page at you because we don't really have those type of free agents sitting there right now. I have 1 draft pick, and I mean 1 draft pick that is actually valuable, I believe, and that is the second. We drafted a hidden cornerback, and then we also drafted a hidden safety. Odds are those guys probably get traded. Truthfully speaking, they probably do get traded because what I need is a right and left tackle. So I think I'm willing to, I guess you could say, explore the market for trading those guys because I wouldn't be surprised if they do have value. It's year 5 and I don't really have an attachment to anything this team currently holds right now as far as pick wise. I'm kind of frightened because at the start of the regular season, we are a very balanced team, like 83s across the board. Well, we were. My fault. Offense drop. I just got dashboarded while trying to adjust my lineup. So rather than even signing a guy, I think I'm gonna just sim. We did sign 2 linemen to help out our lack thereof, right tackle and left tackle, but with the fact I got dashboarded, I'm just gonna sim. That first game, we got absolutely stomped on. Is game 2 any better? If game 2 is not any better, then I think this last season is just lining up to be a wash as well. Because I moved Rashawn Gary over. I also fixed some abilities, but now that I'm thinking about it, with the fact that I did get dashboarded, it probably didn't save at all. And offensively, we look horrendous. There is no offense for us right now. There is no offense for us. So I think my best, if not only bet, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Rather than trying to make any trades, I said fuck it, and we just simmed. Somehow, I genuinely, truthfully don't know how. We're 4-3. Trey Lance must have just had a really bad first 2 games. He's now 7-4. Nothing special. How's our boy J-Lo doing? J-Lo is doing good right now with the Patriots. Overall wise, he's still not moving. That's literally the only reason why I moved him, is because despite that he was having solid seasons, his overall was not moving, like, at all. So now we're kind of just vibing with Trey Lance. That was probably a mistake on my part. It is what it is. Tony Pollard is playing okay at best. Trey Lance is actually running the ball really well for us too. As far as receiving wise, Curtis Alexander is that guy. Curtis Alexander is really good, in fact. Romeo Dobbs playing well. Sky Moore playing well. Jaden Reed playing well. Juan Anderson, or Andrews, he's doing pretty decent, okay. As far as the defense, probably another end where we are struggling. Rashawn Gary has 1 sack, so moving him forward did not do a single thing for him. 8 TFLs. As far as the pass rush is concerned for this team, Lucas Van Ness is our sack leader. When Lucas Van Ness is my sack leader, I know there is currently a problem. There's peril in Green Bay right now. So right now we are 4-3. Jordan Whitehead won NFC Defensive Player of the Year last week. I mean, NFC Defensive Player of the Week last week. We have trade offers for Marcel Christie. Forgot all about even drafting, bro. Forgot all about the fact we even drafted the guy. Since this is final season, I really do, similar to last year, but with this year being the absolute last year, I want to mortgage these picks just to really see if there is a chance that we could win it. So another receiver would be cool. Maybe a running back. Not running back. Maybe a quarterback if I could even afford one. Obviously, a left tackle, right tackle would be nice, but with how I've seen Madden so far, it's going to be really difficult to even pull that off. And on the defensive end, only thing I really feel like I need is a right outside linebacker. Other than that, everything else is pretty damn solid. Like, pretty damn solid on this team. I'm pretty sure I have a bunch of people to pay, but otherwise, a lot of things are pretty good over here. Like, I got to pay Quay. Charles Crockett, not too worried about paying him. Derek Atkins, not even. We don't even have that many people to play, so maybe we do have a run it back season in the books. Like, if I knock Quay Walker out the way right now, boom, knock Quay Walker out the way right now. Charles Crockett, guy I'm gonna bring back, easy, cheap money. Maybe there's a little bit of potential for a running back year here. Maybe just a slight running back year. All right, let's go look at some trades real quick. Hold on. Came back to talk to the lovely Commanders that we've made trades with plenty of times this video. Moving KB a second next year and a third this year to acquire Jedrick Willis. Not gonna be the last trade though, so yeah, hang tight. With the mortgaging, we're moving a second, third, and a fourth for this guy named Brandon Kendricks to be basically my receiver number 3. Our line is thoroughly improved compared to what it was before. Obviously, we have our boy 𝙘𝙤 Alexander. Running back position's pretty weak for us right now, but Tony Pollard, if I'm not mistaken, is still playing okay. Don't think he is as good as he was in these 2 seasons, but he's still playing okay for us, which is all I necessarily ask for. Trey Lance, not playing the best, had a really good season last year. Unfortunately, didn't get not superstar, but star dev. He had a really good season for us last year, though. And obviously, we already know the receivers. Oh, so all I can really hope for at this point is that they just continue to win games, because somehow we are 4-3 right now. Team is much improved. Can we beat the Raiders before I keep simming? Can we beat the Raiders before I continue to sim? And we go out to the Raiders. We are now 4-4. From the mid-season mark, we were 4-3. We went 1-9 in our last 10. 1-9 in our last 10. Oh boy, here's the recap. Eagles win another championship or another Super Bowl. Actually, pretty good for them, at least. Meanwhile, from the Green Bay camp, heads are down right now. I've hurt my roster to the point that now I honestly debate, do I go 10 seasons? Because it's year 6, and if we have pick number 2. Thank God I did not do it. All right, so I hurt myself these last 2 years by going all in just to now ultimately decide on the fly that I'm going to make this a 10-year rebuild. We're in year 6. We've now won the division twice, gone to the playoffs twice, are 1-2 in the playoffs, while at the same time being literally, or having 2 separate seasons where we've gone 5-12, and then 1 year where we went 7-10. This year, we're drafting a quarterback. Charles Crockett, I don't know why you think you're about to be allowed to walk out the door. Charles Crockett, you're coming back. We're accepting the option on Tony Kidd. We are bringing Atkins back for value purposes. Welcome back to the team, Atkins. Since we're going 10 years, we have 4 more seasons, since next season will be year 6. All right, you know what? Since we have year 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 to look forward to, I'm not going to bring Lucas Van Ness back. And unfortunate, well, nah, he's cheap. We'll bring back Eric Stokes for depth purposes. Part of me didn't want to bring him back, but for depth purposes, I'll bring him back because why not? But Lucas Van Ness, we're going to move on from him. Montez Sweat is getting worse. So as far as Montez Sweat, we will also move on from him. Stephen Hayward has been a pretty solid depth guy for me, but I think we can move on from him. Marcel Christie, I will keep you for defensive tackle. Actually, no. We won't keep Marcel Christie. Quentin Woods never panned out for us. We have no reason to keep him. Ralph Wright, honestly, no reason to keep you either. Honestly, all of these remaining guys can go. Since we have 5 more seasons of this, I might as well start to really look towards the future rather than what I have on the team right now, which ultimately means that I have about, let's say, 2 years. So I think I might just hold on to my money. This year we're about to have a genuine Packers off season and just hold on to our money. No point in doing anything. Just hold on to our money and just let's go to the draft. Mortgage pick number 2 for even more picks, because with the fact that I did kind of kill myself for the next 2 years with the picks that I did move away, move down once, get that draft capital, and then move down again. Well, I value more. This Broncos one looks nice, so we'll just take the Broncos one. Honestly, the quarterback that we do end up taking this season might not even be our quarterback for the future. Honestly, what I just wanted to do is fix a little bit of the issue that I did give myself by basically mortgaging the entirety of my team, thinking last season was going to be the last season. Smith just sitting here looking all nice, bro. I'm taking Roy Smith. He's hidden. I feel like Roy Smith might have been the right pick because ultimately neither of those quarterbacks really looked too good. I could always just take a quarterback here with not very fast. Teddy Shepard's probably a bum, but he's hidden. I can play him over Jordan Whitehead, or whatever bro's name was. I honestly forgot his name. And for the first time in the entirety of this video, probably the only time, I'm going to actually make a pick in what would be the 5th round and take the quarterback with the funniest name that I did see. We're probably going to set up for this next season to be a really bad season and more or less of a tank job, assuming my boy, Mr. Antonio Tobridge, cannot perform for us. He's a normal death. Absolutely horrible. And realistically, we're probably going to be much worse than we were last season. I'm thinking 1st round pick type territory. Rookie quarterback, obviously. Our boy Tobridge is starting. I'm gonna just give him high expectations because why not? It's not the best. It's also not the Jedrick. No way, you're hurt already. Well, Tobridge's first few games are gonna be without 2 of his linemen. So I guess I'm going into this not expecting us to do very good at all first week. First week, I'm expecting this to be a really tough L. Somehow we're not 0-7. By some way, shape, or form, we're not 0-7. I mean, maybe Antonio is pulling some. He is 4th in the league in passing yards with 14 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. That's something. Ricky Robinson, not playing the best, but he has 6 touchdowns. Antonio also has 1 on the ground. Receiving wise, Jaden Reed is playing pretty solid again. Brandon Kendricks is playing nice. Curtis Alexander not having the greatest of seasons. We have 4 guys that are in like good territory, so that's a positive. Defensively, we had 4 sacks week 1. 4 sacks week 1 total, and now we're just looking so bad. That is... oh, pain. Denver, would y'all do this? That wasn't supposed to go through! Well, we just moved Rashawn Gary for what is currently pick English, a first round pick, and it's currently pick number 6. As expected, we were horrible this season. Worst season that we'll probably have throughout the entirety of the video. We went 3-4 in year 4, which means that is now 3 back-to-back seasons of utter poverty. 3 back-to-back seasons of utter poverty. Jeez. Antonio, though, 30 for 17 for a guy that wasn't really supposed to play like that is not horrible. Jaden Reed once again had an 1,000-yard season after a while. Curtis Alexander is still really good. Brandon Kendricks, nice. Romeo Dobbs had a bit of a fall-off season. I'm hoping Curtis doesn't lose X Factor, because if Curtis loses X Factor, that would be a really big shot to my team. Chiefs get another one. Bryce Young is your MVP, which is a dub. We have pick 1 and 4 this year, though. So that Denver pick ultimately ended up panning out in our favor with moving Rashawn Gary. Here's where we had to make some tough decisions. So as far as Curtis Alexander, which for some... Okay, that's his option. Alright, I'm about to say, why is your contract so small? As far as J.R. Alexander, I can re-sign him for a cheapish deal. So I'll do that because it doesn't hurt to have a really good cornerback on your team. I will franchise tag you if I have to. Jair, I'm gonna just franchise tag you now. It's as simple as that. Charles Crockett, you are a really good lineman for me, so I don't see a world where I don't bring you back. Jedrick Willis, you are also a very solid lineman for me. We need linemen for whenever we do draft this quarterback. Deron Payne went back up to superstar, which means I can't trade him. Or not trade him, but I can't just let him walk. Deron Payne stays with us. Deron Payne, we love you over here. Sky Moore, you can go. Unfortunately, I think the tough life of all you dudes here is y'all are now about to just go on and become jobbers, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry to all of y'all. It was fun, but it wasn't real fun. Year 6 was a pain. But the intentions from here on out are to hopefully, and emphasis on the hopefully aspect. There's a really good left tackle here in Jordan Mailata. As far as the cornerbacks, they're all getting old, like really old. There's a superstar quarterback here by the name of Cody Agnew. I believe he was on the Patriots when we sent them Jordan Love. Alright, so as far as this team is concerned right now, what I think I'm going to do, honestly, with the fact that we just have a boatload of money, and I have no reason to not throw it at people, I'm going to throw Denzel Ward a 2-year deal just for the money aspect of it. Denzel Ward, you can have some money that would basically surefire out my cornerback room, essentially. There's a few young running backs, not young running backs, but a few young people, quarterbacks in the draft. I literally could not think of the word. I think that's really it. I'm gonna just see if we get those 2 guys. We got Denzel Ward. We don't get Mailata. Kind of sucks. But instead of getting Mailata, I'll just take Orlando Brown, I guess. Because if we get Orlando Brown, I'm just gonna be moving in the right tackle. Austin, then, he has no interest or little to no interest in playing here, but you know what, I'm just gonna have to up his deal. We'll just go very friendly. Boom. Austin, just accept the deal. Alright, we get Austin Corbett. He's superstar. It doesn't really matter much because at his overall, he's not gonna have any abilities at all. We're honestly just getting people in here that we literally know can be good. I'm gonna sign Justin Tucker for the memes. That is literally 2 first round picks. So we're gonna take that Bears deal. We just go back down to 3. There's at least 3 quarterbacks in the top 5. So honestly, I'll take whichever one I get. They traded up to go left tackle. We now have a pick out of the quarterbacks, or this right end by the name of Sidney Withersby. Sidney Withersby. At this point, I'm gonna just take a chance on top 5 talent. And Sidney is trash. Sidney Withersby. The catfish of the draft. And I'm gonna play him. I gotta play him just because he got drafted that high. Just because I had to draft him that high, I'm gonna play him. Okay, so Mateo is pretty solid, at least from what I'm seeing. And I kind of want Mateo as my guy. So is anybody in the top area willing, like the top area that I am, willing to trade down? I'm not seeing any of those top teams because I don't want to move too far away from this pick. Yeah, I don't want to move too far away from this pick. Alright, I guess we have to take Mateo here. Mateo, please. Mateo, all I can say, bro. Mateo Hernandez out of West Virginia. 6'2", 22 years old. Oh, Mateo's a bum. The miss of the century in year 6. Mateo Hernandez and our boy Withersby. Double normal, top 5 projected players. Absolute dumpster fires. Withersby is a 73 and Mateo Hernandez is a 71. We took a 74 overall running back by the name of Emmanuel Blackburn in the 4th. We took a left end. Oh my god. At least get a feel for what we might have this season in Mateo. I highly doubt that I actually get like gold or anything like that because I have no idea how this thing operates, truthfully speaking. But at least so far from what I'm seeing, like Mateo feels like he could be decent. Emphasis on the feels part. Boom. Boom. Okay, that one was good. That was a really nice pass. I guess I'm gonna just stand strong and wait for X. Wait for his route to develop. Oh, missed all of the targets. Missed all of the targets. We still caught it, but we missed every single target in the world. At least we hit a target, but we also... we hit a target, but missed everything else. That was horrible. Okay, yeah. This is... To have a bad performance in this, too, after Mateo ended up being who Mateo is, it's so depressing. So depressing. Like, it is what it is. Oh, man, Mateo, I really do hope you pan out. I really hope you pan out because I don't want to sit in a revolving door. Really don't want to sit in a revolving door of quarterbacks. Well, did I call it or did I call it? We're currently 0-7. It's looking like another year we're lining up to have a good pick, which is not something that I want to actually be happy with or even proud of. Like, in the slightest. Oh boy, how do we even approach this? Mateo, what are you looking like right now? Mateo is actually not having a bad season. Rushing wise, we need a running back. We need a running back bad. Our receivers don't seem to really be getting any better. And 𝙘Alexander also isn't getting the targets that he probably should be getting with how good he is. Oh man, I think year 7 just needs to be a development year. I hate to even think about making this season a development year with the fact that we've been really bad for the last 3. But I think it's necessary. It is a necessary pain that we might genuinely just have to go through for this season. That this year has to really be treated like a developmental year. 𝙨Alexander, do I move him? Do I move him? Oh man, so many questions. So many questions, not enough answers. So many questions and, in fact, not enough answers. But I think think certain questions just have to answer themselves. We're bad. We're not really getting any better anytime soon. So, Jair, I'm gonna let you go somewhere where the grass is greener, my guy. Is there a young, promising running back anywhere that we can snatch up off somebody? That's all I'm looking for. A young, promising running back that we can just take off somebody's hands so we don't gotta worry about him. 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢𝙢 Spears is cool. DeAndre Swift. Wow. The Seahawks have 290 overall running backs. Hey, would y'all do that? Probably not, right? Oh my gosh. We're about to move Jair Alexander for a young guy. Jair Alexander, I'll do Jair Alexander in the third, just so it's not a complete fleece. Jair Alexander in the third for probably our running back for the rest of the franchise, maybe? Lance Powell. I saw this guy when he was hitting, but I never actually took the time to think he was gonna be something like this. Well, Lance Powell is not my new running back, which is a very big plus in my book. I don't think we bounce back from being 0-7. That almost seems too improbable for us to bounce back from the travesty that has been this season. I don't understand why they don't want to play my boy Jimmy Ward. I really don't. So I think I'm gonna just have to adjust it myself so that Jimmy plays. Jimmy, you go here. Crockett, you go here. And then we'll do that. We now have our guy Lance Powell, who I'm hoping he can be a game changer for us. I don't think it per se will get us to that point where we are an elite team or anything like that, because obviously with Mateo still at quarterback, it is kind of painful. But it is what it is, man. We had our stretch, we had our moment where we should have been a good team, but ultimately the Sim gods didn't have it in our favor. So right now we're really just trying to get through the growing pains of winning the division twice just to completely fall off a cliff. We win our first game after the Lance Powell trade. Nope. Another L. What in the actual fuck? We started out the season 0-7, and in the last 9 we went 8. Not even last 9. We started out 0-7. It is 9. 8? 10? I don't know. In our last 10, 11, 10, I think, we went freaking 8-2? Hell, 29 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He had a great season. Lance Powell came in and gave us 1K on the ground. What did that just say? 1K on the ground with 16 touchdowns? Jaden Reed once again is an 1,000-yard guy. I am at a loss. Sidney Witherspoon, the dude I thought was an absolute nothing, just came out and gave me 13 sacks. It's got to be either Mateo or Witherspoon. Hold. Mateo. They both won it! Okay, year 7 is just that fast a dub. As soon as I thought the year 7 draft class was just going to be absolutely horrible, as soon as I think they're going to be absolutely horrible, what do we get? Mateo Hernandez and Sidney Witherspoon, defensive and offensive rookie of the year. That's actually amazing to see. The Panthers win the Super Bowl. That is kind of cool for Bryce Young. It's been cool, Romeo, but honestly, I don't think I'm going to re-sign you. Romeo's kind of fallen off for us, really hard. Unfortunately, Jimmy Ward, I'll bring you back because you're still a young, good lineman. Not really any reason to let you go. Eric Stokes, you can walk. Around Payne, you can walk now. Ricky Robinson, honestly, everyone here can walk. Everybody here can walk besides you, Justin Tucker. We keep you around for the memes. I will keep you until you literally retire. It's as simple as that. Okay, so Mateo did go up to star, in fact. Mateo is star. Jaden Reed is still star. Brandon Kendricks is still star. Our boy 𝙨𝙬𝙢𝙢𝙢𝙢 is still here, but he never panned out for us. Kinda sucks, but it is what it is. 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢 is getting really good. 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢 is now an 87 overall. Has had really good seasons every single year in the league, and I expect him to continue having more of those good seasons. Our line looking pretty nice, in my opinion. Boy, ain't no way Withersby is still a normal dev. Withersby is still a normal dev, but our boy Glenn Dobbins, CPU drafted guy, ended up getting superstar, which is cool. Very promising. He had a... How the hell did you get superstar, Glenn? What you thinking, Terry? You gonna come in, be the best receiver on our team as an old man, just do your thing, come in and catch the football. What you thinking, Terry? Because I think I like the idea. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love that idea. As far as everybody else, not really too sure if there's like anything else that I really would want slash need. I know we need another lineman. Tim Goldsberry. I mean, we could pick him up, because why not? We have plenty of money this season. Like, Terry should sign. Okay, we get Terry, we get Goldsberry. As far as the rest of the team, though, I'm pretty sure. Like, pretty sure. I don't think there is much else I need to really look for. Could be wrong. Could be horrendously wrong. But as far as the draft, outside linebacker is probably my biggest priority as far as what I do want to acquire for this team. An outside linebacker would be actually phenomenal. Also slow. Emmanuel Woods, don't be slow. That's my guy. Ain't no way you have that elite of stats and you're also a normal dev. But after looking at Withersby, bro, I'm not even mad about that. I am not even mad about him being a normal dev after looking at what my guy Withersby managed to do for us last season. They did end up both being 74 overall, so I'm honestly not mad at that. And then we ended up getting a hidden guy in the fourth round by the name of Nolan Townsend. W's. Is this draft class any stronger? I didn't raise it or anything like that, but I'm hoping that people are starting to come out a little better. Whoosh! An 83 cornerback and an 81 receiver and an 80 corner? Okay, I think the random generation is just random. Week 1, let's see how we do against these Patriots, because we have a really good offense. Defensively, we aren't the best, but at least offensively, we are really good. We scored 35 points in that game, which is actually pretty damn good. Great job by our offense. I really do think that this is a team that is going to be a very how would the best way to describe us be? We're going to be very Chiefs-esque. Really strong on the offensive end, but on the defensive end, there's clearly going to be your struggles, but somehow we have a top 10 rush defense. I guess rush defense is the right word. Mateo Hernandez comes out, has another really good game. Is Mateo just turning out to be a lot better than I gave him credit for? None of these matter. I'm kind of at a loss. I'm gonna meet y'all at the mid-season. It's really looking like it's going to play out the way I said. Offensively, we're going to be monsters / a powerhouse, and defensively, we are going to absolutely suck. Not the record that I would want to have after starting 2-0 the way that we did, but 4-2, pretty serviceable, I would say. Vikings are currently 5-1 with a juggernaut of a quarterback. I could only assume that balloon guy is probably like a 99 at this point. Yeah, Zach Bloom, 99 overall quarterback. About to say, absolute monster of a draft pick by them. I give all kudos to whoever in that front office decided to make that trade. Not trade, but decided to make that pick. Zach Boone literally came off the board right before us. I'll forever remember that. Just off the fact that he has developed the way that he has. Even though we probably wouldn't have taken him. Zach Boone has been a dub. We have a few upgrades. None of these that really matter, so I'm just going to auto advance it. Stat-wise, how are we looking this season? Mateo is having another good season. 13 touchdowns, 4 picks, 1,447 yards. Rushing-wise, Lance Powell playing pretty well for us. Mateo's also running the ball pretty decent. Receiving-wise, Terry McLaurin is having a good year. I didn't know if Terry was going to have a great year, but Terry is having a very good year. Our other two receivers, however, not the best season, and 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢 is still doing 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢 things, man. TFL-wise, Tony Kidd is leading that, and our boy Withersby is right behind him with TFLs and leading the team in sacks. If Sidney Withersby does not get some type of boost, if he does not go up, somehow I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna go one game. Packers, beat the Bears, please. We keep ownership. 5-2. As far as re-signings, do I have anything that really hurts us this season? Yes. I'm going to get this out the way now. Curtis, you are a Packer for life. I don't even know why you thought or what gave you the willpower to come into the front office and say, guys, I don't know if I want to play for this team anymore. No, you can't go anywhere, even if you wanted to. Even if you wanted to, you really can't go anywhere. We're just not going that way. I believe this is now our second 11-6 season. I was saying earlier in the season, or early in the video, that we won the division that year. We went 11-6. I think the Vikings actually won the division that season. So we didn't win the division that year, but I know one time we did win the division. So right now we are the 5 seed playing against the 4 seed Cowboys. Also the same team that we did beat in the playoffs once before. Do I feel confident with our team right now? Not really, but us being 11-6 is definitely a good sign as far as us leaving Poverty Town. We had those 3 really bad seasons back to back that were absolutely, and I mean absolutely horrendous. Mateo has another knockout season, 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Great pickup after all. Lance Powell, 1.2K on the ground with 18 touchdowns. Bro is a absolute workhorse. Receiving wise, Terry McLaurin has 1,000 with 10 touchdowns. 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢 Alexander also has 1,000 with 5. Brandon Kendricks has 700 with 7, and then Jaden Reed 682 with 3. It sucks that the Packers receivers, even Lance has almost 500 in the air. Lance is like that. That's all I can say. Lance is like that. TFLs, Withersby ends up leading us with TFLs and sacks. Sidney Withersby and Mateo are going from literally the most bad, normal pick 3 and pick 4 to these guys are playing their ass off. But we play against a team, a really good Cowboys team. They're honestly probably better than us. Honestly, they probably are. 87s across the board for them. 89 and 83 and 86 overall. We just got to go in this game and win a game. So go in and win a game, boys. That's all I can ask for from y'all. And they lose by 7. We came out, we fought, we tried. Oh man, another wild card exit, bro. Y'all see that in the top right corner? Jordan Love won MVP. I am actually happy for him. I'm not even gonna lie to you. We truthfully might have jumped the gun on that whole Jordan Love trade, and does part of me regret it right now? A little bit, maybe, but with seeing so far what I have in Mateo, I am actually pleasantly happy, because throughout the 2 seasons of Mateo, we've got some really, really good football. Brandon Kendricks, you're young enough for me to be willing to bring you back, so I will do that one. Roy Smith, we will be accepting your option. Chauncey Sherman, one of the guys that was a random late draft pick from our team, I believe. We will bring you back because depth matters. You'll get franchise tag because I don't think anybody else here is coming back, honestly. Like Tayshawn, no. Denzel, you're getting worse, no. Our cornerback room is about to be horrifyingly bad next season. Cornerback room is about to be horrifyingly bad next season. Is there really a reason to not throw contracts at some of these good old guys? Denzel, are you really about to make a return, bro? It's looking like it. Well, Denzel, you can make a return for cheap. I'm not paying you anything big for you to be as old as you are and not necessarily getting any better. He didn't come back, but I'll take Woolen. And to say, I'll definitely take Tariq Woolen for absolutely nothing. With only 2 seasons left for sure, and we would get 2 good years, I would assume, out of him. We're moving that first round pick for Greg Rousseau, who I could only assume will be a pretty solid D-tackle for me. Or not D-tackle, but left in. And I think what I'm going to do here is, honestly, rather than making this selection, I think we're shopping draft day trades. So rather than even contemplating or debating on trying to keep this pick, we'll just move this and probably a second for a solid corner. Who's moving a corner? Or is there a corner that looks at all intriguing that I'm just like, you know what? I want this guy, because why not? Like, even honestly, whoever this guy is, Daron Telfer. Tampa, I'll give you some picks. I'll give you a first and a second this year. Yep, that was it. Well, unlike last season, I decided to just go straight to midseason, and at the midseason mark, we're not looking the best. Chauncey Sherman has some trade options for him. I don't think these necessarily hold too much value. Okay, maybe it does. If Withersby is having another good season, then I won't make that move, but if Withersby's not playing well, then I'll make that trade. Mateo is currently throwing the most interceptions he has ever thrown, which is not a positive sign for us right now. Rushing wise, Lance Powell is obviously going to do Lance Powell things. Lance Powell has been really good for us. Curtis Alexander, amazing for me as usual. Brandon Kendricks, Terry McLaurin, and Jaden Reed as the wide receiver trio are trying their hardest out there, man. They're fighting their dearest. Sidney Withersby, 5 TFLs, only 2 sacks this season. Greg Rousseau is playing amazing. He is playing actually amazing. So as far as Withersby is concerned, right? Overall wise, you're an 80. And 20, alright. Sidney, I'm keeping you, bro. I can't tap out on Sidney just yet, bro. We're 4-3. We are not leading the division, but we're also not far out right now. But we have a bit of, I guess you could say, fighting / clawing back to do. We are really good, but I guess you could say some of these teams ahead of us are also really good too, which makes it kind of tough to know where exactly we line up when it comes to our division's concerned, because if you didn't see right there at the top left corner of the screen, the Lions absolutely smacked us. The Lions smoked us when we played, and somehow we just beat the 6-1 Giants. Mateo heard me say something about him and decided to come out and have a game. Last game going into the bye week, what can y'all do? What can y'all do last game going into the bye week? Same team that smoked y'all 49-19. Show me something. And they lose to them. As soon as you think that we figured something out and the team is on the up and up, they come out and have an 8-9 season where they just seem like they can't get it going. We were 5-4. 5-4 at our bye week. And somehow we end up in a situation where we're 8-9. Curtis was good. Everyone else was all right, I guess. Jaguars and Giants is a crazy Super Bowl, but the Giants end up winning a Super Bowl, which is a W. Zach Boone, Vikings quarterback, MVP, and Offensive Player of the Year. Not necessarily surprised. Zach Boone was a phenomenal draft pick. Just think, man, if he fell one more pick, and we decided to take him over holding on to Jordan Love, where would we be at right now? Where would we be at right now? Or honestly, if we even kept Jordan Love, where would we be at right now? Because I think as far as Jordan Love is right now, he did win an MVP, but he also lost his job to Tua. Okay, maybe not. Poor Jordan Love. He is now in New Orleans. I didn't realize bro lost his job to Tua. Damn, I feel horrible. Without a doubt, you're coming back to the team. I didn't trade for you for no reason, Mr. Sir. Mateo, we're accepting your option. You are our quarterback. It's that simple. He didn't get superstar, which really sucks. Christian Gonzalez, I need you to come back too, because if you don't come back, that means I can only really get back either you or Telfer. Okay, appreciate you, Christian Gonzalez, for making life easier on us. Tony Shepard, you can come back. Honestly, we're kind of in a run it back season because we still have a really good team. Like, a really good team to the point that I'm more surprised that we struggled the way that we did last season than I am that things kind of did go south. We're losing a lineman, unfortunate. Sidney Withersby, we're accepting that. Chauncey, you're cheap, so you can come back. Oh man, it's the end of the Jayden Reed era. The end of the Jayden Reed era. Jayden Reed was actually really good for us. He had multiple good seasons for us. I think we might have lost a lineman. Oh no, Jedrick Willis decided to come back. So, oh, and my man's Toe Bridge. Damn, sorry Toe Bridge, but I think I have to either bring back the left guard or the corner. And if I had to pick between the two, I'm bringing back the corner. Everybody else, it was cool, it was fun, but it wasn't real fun. So I'm gonna let y'all head out the door. I ain't gonna lie to you. Damian Jennings might be a blessing in disguise. If it's the last thing we do, I have to offer Damian Jennings a contract. I need receivers, and we got the guy. Damian Jennings. We don't have much money to really do nor dabble in anything else. I think my corners are fine. My defensive line obviously leaves plenty of room to be desired, at least at D tackle. And as far as my linebackers, the linebacker room is no longer good. But all we can do right now is just go to the draft, hope we can take something that can assist us in next season, and then at the start of next year, mortgage the entirety of our draft capital for a D tackle most likely, and then just pray that Mateo and his boys figure it out. Is a wide receiver by the name of Roy Jones. Honestly, with our need for receiver, I'm going to take him. He's a normal dev. It is what it is. Alright boys, final season of the video. I need everybody to show up in their best attire. Do as good, and I mean as good as they possibly can do. And let's just show up for the one time. Damian Jennings is now our wide receiver one. Guy I don't even really know too much about. Don't know where he was drafted, but he's fast, and he's currently an 88 overall. We'll take that. Brandon Kendricks, our number 2 dude. And our rookie, Roy Jones, who is going to be basically my number 3, just off the fact that we don't have another receiver. Might look to trade for one, not too sure yet. Curtis Alexander, great tight end, amazing player. Probably the best thing that happened to us this entire draft, or this entire video. Love him. He's played great. Can't ask for more. Mateo has been good. Defense is pretty bad. To say it the simplest way, defense is pretty bad. I mean, Withersby is still upgrading, which is really good. like really, really good, surprisingly. If I'm not mistaken, I think I just saw that our safety dropped. Oh no, he's hurt. Okay, that's the issue. Greg Dobbins is currently out for 1 week. It's okay, so he'll be back. I think before we do start, I'm going to, like I said, go mortgage and try to get a D tackle. Get some type of D tackle, and then maybe a third receiver. And from there, I really think that we've given it literally all that we can potentially give it without our quarterback getting to absolute God status. We're going to pick up this random basic receiver from the Miami Dolphins by the name of Matthew Means, which is a pretty interesting name. Trading the future worth of picks for Donald Burks, a Steelers superstar D tackle. It's Super Bowl or bust kind of. We either win this with this really good team, or it just wasn't meant to be. Oh, what the hell? I was looking at my phone while the sim was going on. Pleasant surprise. We are 6-0 in what is our all-in season. I mean, that's a plus. Not really much I can say about us having having the best season of the entire video. So, I mean, we're playing really well. 6-0. I could only assume that someone's going. Yeah, Mateo's going off. Mateo is going off right now. I'm about to say, like, if we're 6-0, I could only assume somebody has to be going off. Mateo's going off. Lance is going off. Curtis Alexander and Damian Jennings and Brandon Kendricks and Matthew Me. Everybody is going off. Defensively, are we getting pressure now? Defensively, we're not getting too much pressure. Donald Burks is playing well. One of the all-in guys we did trade for. Jerry Jones, our safety, has interception. Glenn Dobbins, interception. Chauncey Sherman, interception. We're not catching many picks, which kind of sucks considering how big our DB, not big, but how good our DBs are / have been for the past few years now. But I mean, it is what it is. Right now, we are looking really good. There's no reason to change anything or try to go more all-in than I already am. If they somehow crumble and don't make it to the playoffs after starting the season 6-0, then we're really about to sit here and pull a Cardinals from whatever year that was. They started 5-0, then absolutely fell off a map. I'm not gonna lie to you, we got to this screen and I almost half near shit myself thinking that we did not make the playoffs. So the Vikings are 9-8. We are currently 16-1, which ultimately means that we did get the 1 seed, which is promising. Very, very promising for an all-in season. It's literally Super Bowl or bust, I would say. And I wouldn't also be surprised if it ultimately does end up being the bust aspect of the whole thing. I could only assume that for us to go 16-1, our team had to absolutely go crazy. Upgrades, we have a few upgrades for a few guys that do matter, but none of them are Mateo, so I'm not really going to do these upgrades. I only really care to do the upgrades for the quarterback because Mateo has been that guy. Let's look at the stats. Mateo, 43 for 5. He might have even won MVP with those type of numbers. As far as passing is concerned, did he have like the best passing season in the league? Josh Allen is in competition, but Mateo might win MVP this season. Mateo might genuinely win MVP this season, which is a really promising thing to see. Rushing wise, we already know Lance. Holy. Lance put up 1.7K with 20 touchdowns. Okay, Lance, you got that. We have 3 separate 1,000-yard receivers between Curtis Alexander, Damian Jennings, and Brandon Kendricks. Almost 4, if you include Matthew Means. And then Lance is just doing his thing. Bro is just not human. Withersby, once again for the 3rd season, I think in a row now, leads us in TFLs. And sack-wise, Donald Burks, 9.5, Greg Rousseau, 12, Tony Kidd has 6. A lot of homegrown Packers talent. or not IRL Packers talent, but as far as this video is concerned, Packers talent is very involved with this team right now. Oh boy. It took us forever to have a good season like this, but of course we play Mr. Boone himself. Of all the teams that we could probably match up with in a situation like this, where there is a very realistic chance that we do lose it, it's this Viking squad. They're really good. Like, really good. We're really good in our own right, but that Viking squad is just really good. I'm not going to touch the team's rotation just because, you know, obviously we got here for a reason. What can y'all do for me, boys? Can we win it? Can we get to an NFC championship? They did it. We got to an NFC championship. That is already one step. Oh my God, not like this. 𝙈𝙤𝙧𝙚 Winston barely played in the regular season, or for some reason got a few passes off in the regular season. 2 touchdowns. Now has to come in, start an NFC championship game, and try to get his team to a Super Bowl because Mateo went down. Oh, that is sucky. That is actually sucky. And then Greg York, one of the guys that we did end up drafting, he is a superstar. Greg York is a superstar. W's. Oh man, I'm just trying to find a way to kill time before having to sim this and feel the pain of losing. Oh, I don't want to look. Come on, Winston. Oh my God, we lost by 4. Final season, man. Most likely. Matt LaFleur is our coach of the year. Lance Powell, offensive player of the year. He had a phenomenal season. He had 2.2K total yards. Chargers end up winning the Super Bowl. Damn, bro. We really fall in the NFC Championship because my quarterback goes down. Is that what the 49ers felt like last season going against the Eagles when Brock Purdy got hurt? You know a running back season has to take place. We had too good of a year for a running back season to not take place. So y'all already knew the running back season was on its way. It really does suck. But at the same time, as of right now though, the team itself is far worse than we were last year. Far worse, unfortunately. Offensive line looks nothing similar. I'm truthfully not even really aware of the moves that my team itself did make in the offseason because I genuinely paid no mind to it and didn't actually involve myself in the moves that were being made. We have a 64 overall left guard. At the very least, like, my guy Mateo is good. Mateo Hernandez up to an 85 overall. The fact that he got hurt last year just hurt us. It hurt us really bad. To the point where I think we might have even been able to win that Super Bowl. But he got hurt. Things happen. Running back squad is kind of in order. They're not very good, I would say, but you gotta come out. You gotta do what you gotta do. I wouldn't say they're bad at all. I wouldn't say they're bad. I feel like they're about even, if not on par with what we had last year. Minus the offensive line, but if we're winning games, I feel like that will also be boosted. So I'm going to go mid-season, and then I'm going to go in-season. Then you guys will check it out or see it depending on what even takes place. It seems like our team has now officially hit our stride, but this is year 11, so I'm not really necessarily counting it as much. Because even if we do win something this season, it still misses the deadline of the 10-year rebuild. But that's another divisional title under our belt technically, and another winning season, which is very, very nice, I would say. As far as the team, what are we looking like? If I were to go to a just lineup, what do we look like? Our line, very weak, in fact. The guy that we did draft, though, he is a superstar lineman, which is nice, I guess. He will grow with my boy Mateo, which is really cool. Don't know why they don't want to start my guy Carl. I really don't. Mateo currently is boosted up to a 95 overall, so Mateo is really, really freaking good. He's up to an 87. I think moving on from Jordan Love might have really been the move, because Mateo has panned out to be amazing. Lance Powell, still good. Our receivers, overall wise, still good. Defense, it's looking like everybody's on the up and up because they have been playing well. Let's look at the stats before ultimately we do end up getting heartbroken. It's destined to happen. Mateo, once again, an amazing season, bro. Mateo has played so good. So good. Like, bro hasn't even thrown 40 interceptions in his entire season, in his entire 5-year career so far. Mateo has been so good. Lance Powell, probably an amazing pickup for us. Absolute workhorse. Curtis Alexander, you can't go wrong with him. He's literally like a new age Travis Kelce. Everybody else played pretty okay, I would say. At the very least, not good, but definitely okay. TFL's Donald Burke popped off. Withersby popped off. Greg Rousseau had a fall off year. It is what it is. Interceptions, we actually had a decent amount this season, which is always a positive thing when you actually see that your corners are also getting stops/turnovers for the defense. Let's just sim it. Can we beat Detroit? We managed to squeeze past Detroit just to run into, I would assume this is the 1 seed. 14-3 Carolina Panthers. I could only assume that this is the 1 seed. Let's see. 1 seed or 2 seed? Yeah, we squeezed past Detroit just to run into the 1 seed. It's a matchup for sure. Team-wise, we are literally even. We're playing up against Bryce Young. Offensively, we are better, but defensively, they're better. This is a very winnable game, but at the same time, it is also a very losable game. So, once again, I'm really just, we're just down, we're here for the ride. Maybe Mateo takes us to great places. Maybe we just fall short in the divisional once again. And we win. We beat the 1 seed. That's definitely something, bro. This is lining up to be a heartbreak. It really is. So we managed to knock off a division rival in the Rams, which is really, really nice. Mateo had a great game. Then we managed to knock off the 1 seed in the Panthers, in which Mateo didn't play as well, but you know, he did his thing. Lance Powell was nice. Curtis is just amazing. Just to end up playing against a 2 seed Rams team that, if I'm not mistaken, did they beat us? I don't remember if that was the first time I went around with this Green Bay Packers rebuild or if it was this one. But either way, I know at one point I lost to the Rams in the playoffs, and I remember that. They're a really good matchup. We just got to try to come out and hope that our high-powered offense can prevail against a really good defense. It's in God's hands now, boys. It's not on us. And we made the Super Bowl. Oh, it would be beautiful if Jordan Love was still on the Patriots. I know when Super Bowl week comes around, people tend to get upgrades and stuff like that. Oh my gosh. All right, well, I mean, let's get them boys. Let's get their abilities in order, because Lance can get human joystick. I mean, jukebox doesn't really matter. I'm gonna probably put short in on him since he catches passes. I mean, I almost want to jump in and actually like use Mateo a little bit, but most I would do is probably do like a play or two. I want to put escape artist on him just because escape artist is cool. We love / miss escape artist. The actual ability, it be what it be now, but I miss escape artist. Escape artist was such a cool ability. Mateo's currently playing up to a 95 overall. Like, certain players on this team got so good out of nowhere, and I'm really not understanding where some of them got. Like, Curtis has always been good. I'm really not too surprised with CouRtis Alexander getting good, but Mateo got really good out of nowhere. And I mean really good out of nowhere. As far as our defense is concerned, our boy Burks is up to a X factor for the Super Bowl. I'm going to put on not as many, but I'm going to put on good abilities just in hopes that we do secure this game. Because the most painful thing of this whole thing would be for our team to hit stride just to get to the Super Bowl and lose. Sydney Withersby and Mateo, a beautiful 3-4 pick combination, because I thought they were both going to be absolutely trash. Thought they were both going to end up being absolutely trash, but I didn't give up on either of them. And now look at where we're at. Now look at where we are at. We have us a Super Bowl right in front of us, and I think I'm going to simcast it just in case I get the chance to either play certain moments, or just in case I get the chance to either play certain moments, or if it doesn't. Look at the boys. Lance Powell, my boy Mateo Hernandez. Come on, Mateo. My Mateo looks so fat in the helmet though. There it is. First possession, the Patriots end up coming down, getting a field goal. We are currently marching even more, and we put up 7. Touchdown. I'm not sure who got the touchdown. Patriots bounce back. They're currently marching. 4th and 5, and they kick another field goal. Come on, Packers, go back down. We are once again marching, and a big one. Lance Powell, 42-yard rushing touchdown in the second quarter. Patriots get the ball back. Wait a minute. Glenn Dobbins with the pick for 70 yards. He puts us right in front of the end zone. Hold on. Wait, touchdown? Who just scored? Okay, wait a minute. We are having one hell of a Super Bowl performance. Patriots are struggling. 4th and 8, someone takes a sack. They kick another field goal. It's now 21-9. Okay, if we score again, this game might be over. Mateo is looking elite back there in the backfield right now, passing the ball, dishing and diving. Mateo makes a pass to Matthew Means, 27 yards. Put him on the 1. Hand off to Randy Newman. Randy Newman is who scored. That's who scored the last touchdown. At the end of the first half, okay, the Patriots finally bounced back with a touchdown, so the game's not over yet. It's only 28-16. Packers are marching once again. We're looking like we're about to score again. Handoff, or Mateo runs it for 1 yard. Oh no, Mateo got the touchdown. Oh man, the Packers get a big stop. Big stop. If we score again, or next time we get the ball back, I think I'm gonna say fuck it and play a drive with them, because why not? It's looking like they're about to get another stop. Patriots go for it on 4th. They get it, and Packers ball. All right, I'm gonna mess around and come out here and do a little something. You know what I'm saying? Boy Mateo out here came orchestrated actually before I even do anything. So no one even questions what's going on. All my settings and everything like that still the same before anybody questions how the team got so good, and I'll show it after this, of course. Mateo is playing really well with no touchdown passes whatsoever. Lance has 2 touchdowns, Randy Newman has 2, Mateo has 1 rushing touchdown. We have 5 touchdowns on the ground. 5 of them things on the ground. But alright, Mateo, he has his guys out on the field. Mateo drops back. He's looking. He has a man. He throws it. It's caught. Oh my gosh. Who is that? Matthew Means stays on his feet. Matthew Means with this one beautiful catch. The game is honestly probably over. Not even honestly probably. The game is over. We don't care. I had to hop in this because I had to see my boys play at least once. And you already know where I want to go with this. Y'all see that big man over there, number Y? Or I said number Y? Letter Y? 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢, baby. 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢, Mateo Hernandez to 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢. This is a beautiful way for potentially the video to go out. I honestly might do 20 years. Oh wait, no. Okay, I get to see it. I honestly might do 20 years, man, but the Packers win 42-23 in the Super Bowl. Oh man, like the team's finally hitting their stride, bro. I don't know if I really can end it like this. W's. It took 11 seasons, but hey man, let's just think of it this way. If I were to have this situation play out in real life, I'd be 30 something by the time the Packers win another Super Bowl. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Mateo Hernandez, first round pick, number 4 in year 7. Normal dev quarterback, looking phenomenal, raising that Super Bowl trophy. Go Pack, go. That's all I can say. Go Pack, go. Boy, Hoodie out. Peace. I hope you enjoy it. Mateo Hernandez to the moon.
Nah.